So this last week, Easter Sunday, you and the kids went out for ice cream, and I got some Easter stuff together, and I did pack holiday stuff on the boat, just a little bit. I put together a treasure hunt for the kids for Easter on the boat. They had to go find the riddles and the search for the true meaning of Easter, and that was in Culebra.
Culebra is part of Puerto Rico. It's one of the Spanish Virgin Islands, like Vieques from the previous week. Culebra is a smaller island northeast of Vieques.
Has a really cool island vibe. It has a really neat vibe.
Yeah.
It was a pretty busy, big town, but it felt like a small town. And it's just really quaint. And
yeah, I think it's where the Puerto Ricans go for vacations or whatever, too. It's like one of their
it was nice.
weekender spots. It's nice, yeah.
So we spent Easter Sunday in Culebra. And then at the end of the day, we moved to Culebrita. We were in a swelly anchorage, so we moved to another anchorage, but it ended up being worse. So then we moved back to the swelly anchorage, and by then it was getting dark, and we had to go find a different anchorage to actually sleep for the night. We found a spot behind some reef, and it turned out to be Justin's favorite anchorage that we've been to.
The backdrop was all mangroves and the island itself, and then in front of us was all reef. So we had basically 360 degree protection from swell. So it wasn't wavy at all. It was just flat, calm. And it had cool, easy access because we could go out this little cut and get to Culebrita really, really quickly.
Really quick, yeah.
Yeah, so it was nice.
We tried for Culebrita again on Monday, and we decided to just anchor in the first anchorage spot, not do the drive around. We should have done the drive around because it ended up being better over there.
Turned out there was a lot of coral there.
There was a lot of coral.
And which is interesting because that's like the main anchorage area.
So Justin got in the water and he managed us getting the chain up without incident. So that was good. Nothing was damaged. As far as the tide pools, though, we hiked across the island.
That was fun. We went to these cool tide pools. We met this really nice couple from Virginia over there, and it was just awesome because the waves are just bashing against the outside of the rocks so there, big. And then they'll kind of flow in, and you can hang out in these pools and feel the waves coming in. So it was really neat.
So Tuesday, we went back to the anchorage spot behind the reef.
Yeah, that night we went back.
Yeah, that night after the tide pools. And then we hadn't done our Easter egg hunt. So in order to get it in, we did it on the beach near our anchorage.
Yep.
Just some random little tiny beach.
And it's fun. Had a good little time.
Yeah, it was good. And then we sailed to St. Thomas in the USVIs. We sailed past, what was it called? Sail Rock.
There's Sail Rock. It's very cool from this angle.
Yeah, it's this big rock right out in the middle of nowhere, and it juts up like 150 feet right out of the water.
Yeah, so we got really close to it. But we got into Charlotte and Molly, and the anchorage, which is typically one of the better anchorages in the USVIs, was awful because the winds were from the southeast. It was terrible.
That's where the big cruise ships will come in, is right there in Charlotte and Molly, and they'll dock there in St. Thomas.
So we decided, you know what, we're so close to the BVIs already, we're just gonna go for it. So we checked into BVIs, and then we went and anchored up by them in Brewers Bay. The
next day we went over to Josiah's Bay, which is a known surf spot and good, consistent waves. And so we did that. We surfed Josiah's Bay for 2 days in a row. Kids loved it.
So the first night after we went to Josiah's, we went to Little Bay to anchor. And it was a really tiny, tiny little bay. And it was
you could only fit like 2 boats.
That was really fun. Second night, we decided to go to Marina Bay,
which we thought would be, no problem. We'd just roll over there. And so we get over there, and it looks on the charts, it shows that there's a couple anchorages, and we're like, okay, we'll here's one good option in front of some reef, and that was looking pretty good. And turned out it ended up not being that great a spot because it was all coral.
Yeah.
And so we went back over to the spot near the reef
break. Yeah.
And we were navigating over there, kind of going slow, about to drop our anchor, had the anchor already out and ready to go. And some charter boat rolls up, flying in there.
Yeah, because
floors right in front of us.
They gunned it, whereas we were slowing down to anchor. They were speeding up to take
cut us
the
off.
spot from us.
Yeah.
And like we were less than 100 feet from where we were dropping the hook. We were like 50 feet, and I was going slow because we didn't want to hit the reef, and we're not familiar with it, so we just wanted to. I'm being cautious.
Got out of there to regroup and to kind of just be like, what the heck just happened, and think about it. And
decided we were going to bail and go to near the airport at Trellis Anchorage, get over there, and it's all mooring balls. So
it had been converted to all mooring balls.
So we go up to Lee Bay, which had great reviews.
And it was a beautiful spot.
It was a beautiful spot. It was a bit swelly. It said that there was no swell there with the wind direction we had, but it was a bit swelly.
So we go back to Little Bay, and we're pulling into Little Bay, and all of a sudden I hear breakers. And I'm like, what the heck? And so I get the spotlight out, and where the calm anchorage was inside this small bay, all of a sudden there's waves as big as we saw in Josiah's. And
we were right at the edge of them. Yeah,
it was crazy. And so I quick and tell Beth, hey, back us up, get us out of here, because that's not safe.
Yeah, reversed hard and bow thruster to turn around tight. It was a little bit scary.
Nerve-wracking.
And it was dark, and we were exhausted.
So we got to Monkey Point, and then had a pleasant evening. And then we had a call with our consultants, and they said, hey, turns out your weather window isn't next Wednesday. Your weather window is tomorrow, and you should leave tomorrow. And we're just like, what? We're so tired.
My brain was like, this cannot be true.
We're tired now. So, how are we going to go anyway? But we did it. We got up early. Yeah, we got up early.
We headed to check out, but we decided to catch one of the free mooring balls by the baths.
We got the mooring ball next to the baths, and so then we dinghied in and into Devil's Bay. It was amazing.
The water was clear. Yeah. It was
really pretty.
Awesome.
Good memory, good way to end our BVI experience.
Mm-hmm. Essentially what we did is we went to the baths, checked out of BVIs, and we left for St. Martin.
St. Martin.
French side.
And had a great time.